There are a few writers, there are probably many writers, from whom I learned a lot, and then you absorb it, or you try to absorb it. And then there are those writers you would like to learn from, but they can do things that you simply cannot do. So it's like, I read a lot of fiction. I can't write a sentence of fiction. So I could read as much as I wanted of Graham Greene, my favorite novelist, and it would be of utterly no use to me. Nonfiction, on the other hand, there are writers who are models, and I think heroes, I would say, rather than models, because I don't think I can do what they do, but they can lead me in the right direction. And the one that I would cite first is A.J. Liebling. And Liebling was known for writing about 4 subjects. He wrote about food, he wrote about boxing, he wrote about Paris, and he wrote about war. And and the press, I'm sorry. Leave Paris out of that. The press was the third thing. He's best known today for his boxing writing and his writing about the press. His war reportage, however, shows that you can write about really serious subjects with a personable, engaging tone. He writes about war in his book Molly and Other Stories, which is a collection, with the voice of a man who could be sitting next to you at dinner and telling you a really interesting story, without having to pull back his personality. Now, when he's writing about the press and writing about food, especially in boxing, he makes jokes, he's got far-reaching metaphors, and you think, well, you can do that with those subjects, but can you do it with a grave subject? And only this most recent book is where I really was writing about a grave subject. But one of my favorite reviews said that I'm a personable companion as I write about horrible things, and that to me is the highest praise I've ever got. That if you can write about anything in such a way that it makes your reader feel engaged, that's why we write. And I do, in my prose, I try to write the way that I speak, but with fewer ums, ahs, and grammatical screw-ups.